Yeah, speaking of the next thing we want to talk about, WSP schedule, right?
Oh yeah,
So
yeah. Well,
I know
that
this
is
is
something that we like. That is on the horizon, not necessarily next year that we're going to be obviously going to. Um, so I would say we're late to the game because there's been a lot that's going on. This came out a couple weeks back. They announced the full schedule, or not the full schedule.
the
They announced
highlights.
the highlighted
Yeah,
schedule for 2023. So it is returning back to what's now the Horseshoe, not Bally's and Paris. It looks like. Um, I didn't really go into a lot of what the article said, but I'm assuming that they're going to be doing the similar like dual casino, dual rooms, dual like events going on in both locations again. Um, but just looking at the schedule, it's going to run from May the 31st through and after July 14th, which is, let's see, when's it end?
so they haven't announced the tournament of champions, but I believe that's going to be probably right around that week, like July 16th or 18th or something like that, because that's usually like one of the closer events.
Here. Yep.
July 18th.
July 18th.
Yeah,
There
yeah.
it is. Yep.
I think that's the last event is the tournament of champions, because then it allows anyone that has a bracelet or a ring to get in. So I'm pretty sure that's the last event, even though they didn't say that on here. I'm pretty sure July 18th will be that. So if you've already won a ring or a bracelet or something, well, not bracelet yet, but if you've already won a ring, you'll be eligible for that event. And that I'm assuming you could plan for July 18th, which will be the last day.
Yeah. So just going over some of the highlights. I mean, they're going to start it off with a Mystery Millions
Yes.
bounty with $1,000 buy-in. Bounties ranging from $10K to $1 million with a $1 million guarantee to the winner. I mean, it sucks that it's one of the pop off inaugural events early on in the series. I would love to get in that.
Me too.
But we're also trying to play in the main event this year, which is kind of curbs our amount of time we can go out there. I mean, you have a little bit more freedom than I do, but I can only make that trip once.
I'm on the same boat this year. So let's lead up to that. So there's June 7th. There's the Gladiators of Poker. It's a $300 buy-in, which will be absolutely insane. I mean, that week's going to be crazy right there. And what they've done is they've pretty much spaced out their bigger events. Like pretty much every week they have like one major big event.
Yeah, like a headliner for the week.
Yes,
yep.
Which is smart because they had some issues last year of like some things were just on top of each other that just were just causing some issues. There's a Mondstack 1500 June 16th, which is a big event. The seniors event, which is always huge, June 21st. So you can also assume that that week will be all the other senior events in the Vegas area. They usually try to schedule them all together. And then the following week is the ladies event, which they're probably going to try to do.
Well, no, Millionaire Makers after.
Yeah. Well, it's only 2 days after the
Millionaire Maker. Mm-hmm.
And then the ladies event, same thing. They try to put that together. I did last year for the first time, and I'm going to definitely do it again this year for U.S. Poker. I organized a printout of like all the seniors events that were going on, all the ladies events that were going on, and then also because they do some charity events, all the charity events going on, and I try to make some articles. So I'll have them definitely posted for everyone listening at home. You can, if you have anything going on, let me know. And then June 30th. So now this is where the craziest begins. So June 30th, Colossus starts. That's 400, which is going to be absolutely insane. Mini main event's July 2nd.
That's that same weekend.
Yes, and then the main event starts the first day one is July 3rd. Now, me and Brian are about, I would say, 95% positive that we are both playing the main.
Yep.
This year. So definitely Nerd Enthusiasts will be repping hard out there. I'm debating in my head. I possibly am going to just jump into a day two. And the reason for me, I think, is because, I'm going to be with my kids July 4th week, like those couple days. I'm going to be down the shore, and I really don't want to just rush out of there. And so I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to try to fly out, I don't know, July 5th or 6th, and then take a day and then play in the day two. I want to play in the mega day two, though, like the 2A or the 2B.
Yeah, so that would probably be that.
8th?
I think that's the 8th or 9th.
I think it's the 8th.
Yeah.
I think the 7th is
of July.
Yeah, July 7th is 2A, which would be the the first 3 events mixed.
Yep.
And then the last flight's always mega. That's the one I want to play in. And here's the reason I want to play in that one. You start off day 2 with like 60 or 70 big blinds still. You still have a solid stack. I'm super comfortable playing that range. It's like my online stack.
Yeah, you don't like being, I mean, I don't want to say you don't like being deep because you would like to be deep, but you would like to be deep in a tournament. You don't really like to be deep early in a tournament. Am I right when I say that?
Yeah, because I don't know. Like I just feel like it's a way different dynamic that I train in, I guess you would say. You know, I'm so used to that 60, 80 range of like online range where I'm just super comfortable. And then when it gets down to like 20, 30, I'm like super, super comfortable there. I could just grind it or pick spots left and right.
Yeah.
You know, those people that are better at those super deeps are usually cash players because that's how they play.
Yeah.
So I don't know. Like I've played the main before. I mean, day 1, it is what it is. I mean, obviously you want to chip up, but I mean, here's a fun fact. No one that was ever chip leader day 1 ever won the event anyway. So I'll just skip day 1 and just become chip leader day 2.
Well, I unfortunately like to be super deep because I do like to play cash. I don't want to say more than tournaments, but I play a lot more than you do. I know that. But I also like to splash around a lot earlier on because I'm deep.
Yeah.
So
you definitely have a different dynamic, 100%.
I'm going to probably get out there just after the 4th. I may fly out the night of the 4th or early morning the 5th and then register for the final flight on the 6th, which is the shit show final flight.
Yes.
Which, if I do make day 2, which
You'll
I
be
hope,
with me.
I would be with you and we would be in the same flight. So I think, you know, that's the tentative plan. We both kind of committed to it. I mean, it's no secret we are both getting older. There's a particular, I mean, we can say it, you know, we're both turning 40 this year. So it's kind of like our own little birthday gift to ourselves. I mean, I personally won't be putting up the full amount.
Yeah,
I'll be
selling
some.
Yeah, I'll
selling
sell
some of
some.
myself.
100%.
But yeah, I'm really looking forward to it. I mean, I go out there every summer, and I know you do too. We wind up blowing through a decent chunk if we don't make any decent runs. So I'm just kind of saying, you know what? Go out there, put my eggs in like a basket or 2 instead of like 4 or 5, and hopefully, you know, lightning strikes and I can make a deep run and bring a nice return home.
And I mean, so here's the other things too. There's also a couple good events after that aren't like bankroll crushers. So it's like, dude, if you just, you know, God forbid someone goes out, they lose 10 G's. There's a couple smaller events going on right after that. So like July 7th, the Lucky Sevens, that's the 777.
Yep.
Ultra Sacks July 11th, that's 600. July 14th is the 1500, the closer.
Yeah.
And then, like I said, we're trying to win some rings down in Florida next month. And then once we get our ring, we can play in the July 18th $1 million tournament champions. So
this is like, we're just going over the abbreviated schedule that's been released so far. They're saying the full schedule will be released obviously this year. I would anticipate it would be in the next month or 2, with the most 2. Because obviously everyone's got to plan their summers out.
I think it's going to drop even sooner because Negreanu and a couple players have already seen it and they've said it's set up really smooth this year.
Yeah,
they did the tournaments flow together very smoothly. Kudos to WSOP for finally putting something out like way ahead of time. Like now people are hyped. They're talking about it like us. They're planning it. You know, you can schedule. Like I already put in for work. I had to schedule my time, so I'm already scheduled. Like. Makes life a lot easier to prepare for these. They rebrand it now, so it's now definitely the Horseshoe. It's not Bally's anymore.
Bally's is like now it's a different property, I think.
Yes,
right?
it's owned by a different company. A different company owns Bally's. It's its own entity now. It's somewhere else. I think Bally's is where the old Trop is. I don't know. I don't want to mess it up off the top of my head, but yeah, they're moved, so they're gone. But Horseshoe. So next thing we need an actual Hall of Fame. Guys, build a Hall of Fame there. Like, make it a tourist trap. Like, it's right on the strip. Like, it's a huge tourist trap now. Cool. Make a Hall of Fame. Like, make it fun. Make it interactive. Make it some places people will go take a picture with those, like, $1 million in cash dollars they have in the Horseshoe and, you know, bring all the legends.
I mean, they have it. It's set up perfect for them because when you come in off that promenade, there's that big, long, like, walkway, I guess you could say, like, not really a sky bridge.
Yeah, it's like a bridge. It is. It's like a sky bridge.
And then, you know, you go down into the casino, and it's like you could put something, like, right there that can just be that eye catcher that people want to just stop and, like, oh, check this out.
And the poker room, so they closed, I was worried because they closed the poker room, the cash room.
Yeah.
during the World Series, and I took a picture and video, and I was like, oh man, this is like another RIP to another poker room. But they did reopen it, so there is
okay,
so that's good. Like they're actually putting a little effort behind the Horseshoe brand. It's not going to be like a one and done every year. Like they're promoting it throughout the year.
Up. Yep.
So I mean, the Flamingo's still dead, unfortunately. But maybe this will be the new spot. I don't know.
But did you see did you see what happened at the Flamingo?
No.
Sidebar from poker, but there was he is a poker player. Some dude hit a progressive Pi Gal payout jackpot on a Pi Gal table at the Flamingo for like $6 million, close to $7 million.
Really?
On a Pi Gal hand. Yep. At the Pink Palace, dude.
Pink Palace. Bring back the Flamingo poker room. Let's go. Bring it back.
Yeah, so I saw that on the Twitterverse a couple weeks ago. Actually, I think it was like right around when you were all over Twitter. Man, I saw the algorithms after that. Man, you got a lot of positive press from that post. I mean, everyone was sharing.
So here's the best part too, like a little flashback. But I was wearing the Nerd Enthusiast shirt.
Yeah.
And so people were asking me.
Oh,
like,
we got hats.
Oh yeah, we got the Nerd Enthusiast hat.
I forgot to even bring it up.
And
Look at this.
listen,
fresh.
We've been floating, and if you Google search for Nerd Enthusiast Poker Podcast, if you just search for Nerd Enthusiast Poker Podcast, obviously we come up. But if you search for Poker Podcast on Google, it brings up like the top 50 trending ones. So usually after we post a video or an audio podcast once a month, we start trending upwards. And so we float in and out of the 50. Sometimes we're in there, sometimes we're out. But when this dropped, we popped up to like top 30. We were up there with like Doug Polk and Negronew's podcast, and I was like, oh, like I was excited I was nerding out about that. I'm like, yes, like they're like, you want 100K, but like, yeah, we're in the top 50 though on Google, bro. Like that was cool to me. So
yeah,
so Nerd Enthusiast.
It's all because of you
yes.
fans out there.
So, and side note, if you want a shirt, contact us. We'll get you one.
Yep.
We got a couple left. We got a couple little shirts there. All right, so we'll do more about the WSOP in the future. As more things release, we'll break down maybe the smaller events like we did last year, some of the high rollers, things like that. Things to look forward to in between those weeks to kind of help plan out your weeks at home when you're going out there. Me and Brian and I will definitely be out there for the main event week. So if you're out there, if you want to link up, maybe we'll do some videos, some recordings on our downtime or dinner breaks. If you want to meet up with us, give us a shout on Twitter. You can follow us, and we'll set something up and make something happen.
Yeah, for sure.